The time is 8, it's 10 o'clock. Good morning. Here's the news at 10 on T-Solid Radio. I am Mobola Bade Kale. First, the major headlines. Nigeria, other African countries commit to ending polio. Makinde to partner with town planners on urban development. Biden delays meeting with Israeli Prime Minister amid Kabul blast. And in the world of sports, Aruna jumps to 19 in ITTF World Rankings. And now the news in details. Nigeria and other African states overseen by the African Regional Office of the World Health Organization (WHO) are committed to ending all remaining forms of polio. Regional Office has also presented a scorecard to track progress towards the eradication of the virus, and the African region was certified free of wild poliovirus 1 year ago after 4 years without a case. However, outbreaks of a vaccine derived poliovirus (CVDPV) are spreading in African communities where too few children have received the polio vaccine. WHO said in a statement on Thursday that the commitment came at the dedicated 71st meeting of the WHO Regional Committee for Africa. According to WHO, cases increased last year partly because of disruptions to polio vaccination campaigns caused by the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. Countries at the meeting discussed how they will begin implementing the new Global Polio Eradication Initiative GPEI 2022 to 2026 strategy, which was launched in June to urgently stop the spread of CVDPVs. Tactics and tools include advancing the speed and quality of outbreak response, such as through the rapid deployment of WHO surge staff, and also includes improving polio vaccine uptake by integrating polio campaigns to reach children who have never been vaccinated. Are you, are you fucking mad? A yet to be identified helicopter is reportedly shot at a local passenger boat traveling from Port Harcourt to Bonny in Rivers State. There are fears of casualties, with some occupants severely injured and rushed to the hospital. An eyewitness at the Bonny Nembe waterside, where the boat took off from in Port Harcourt, told newsmen that there were casualties. While expressing shock over the incident, he said that the boat conveyed passengers and foodstuff. When contacted, a spokesman of the State Police Command, Namdi Omoni, said that he had yet to get the report and asked our correspondent to call back. Spokesman of the 6th Division Nigeria Army, Charles Ekeocha, did not pick calls put across to him, just like his counterpart in the Nigerian Air Force, Port Harcourt, as of the time of filing this report. Oyo State Governor Sheyi Makinde has reiterated readiness of his administration to partner with the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners (NITP) on proper planning and urban development to boost the socio-economic status of the state. The governor, who spoke while receiving members of the institute, led by its national president Oluwatoyin Ayinde at the governor's office secretariat Ibadan, also said that his administration would work with local resources and expertise to develop the state. A statement by the chief press secretary to the governor, Mr. Taiwo Adisa, quoted the governor as urging town planners to come forward and explore how they could work together for the development of the state. Earlier, the NITP national president said the essence of the visit was to assess the state of physical planning in the state and sensitize people on the importance of town planning and planners. He said it had become imperative to make Nigerians understand the importance of town planning, adding that the Institute has been able to find out planning answers to good governance. You are still listening to the news at 10 on T Solid Radio. Still to come is the foreign and sports news. Do remember to download our app T Solid on Play Store or log on to www.tsolid.tv. You can as well follow us on our social media platforms, all at T Solid Radio TV. And now to some foreign stories. Joe Biden's meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett was pushed back a day on Thursday as the United States president declared his agenda to address bombings in Kabul. According to the White House, the president's bilateral meeting has been rescheduled for tomorrow as the two leaders had been due to meet at 11:30 a.m. on Thursday. Bennett hopes to reboot ties with the Democratic administration after his predecessor Benjamin Netanyahu tempestuous and polarizing 12 years in office. However, the crisis in Afghanistan looming over the meeting even before the bombings tore through Kabul, causing multiple casualties and the deaths of at least 12 United States troops. New Zambian President Akande Ichilema has said that he will start appointing members of his cabinet from Thursday. President has tweeted that his first appointment will be the Minister of Finance. Mr. Ichilema was elected president in a landslide victory earlier this month, defeating his main rival, the outgoing president Edgar Lungu, by more than a million votes. He has promised change for Zambians, including by reviving the struggling economy. Still on the foreign scene, New Zealand's national lockdown will be extended until the end of the month, with regions south of Auckland being downgraded to level 3 after that date. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern says it is likely Auckland and Northland will remain under full lockdown for another 2 weeks, with a review due on Monday. New Zealand has reported 70 new COVID cases today, with a total of 347 active cases in the community driven by the highly contagious Delta variant. Referring to the latest infection data, Arden in a news conference said that Auckland will likely remain under lockdown in order to get Delta under control and reopen fully and safely. Eight people, including two Chinese, were killed and two others injured on Thursday after a crane collapsed at a construction site in Kenya's capital, Nairobi. According to eyewitnesses, the crane came crashing down while a team of 10 workers were attempting to dismantle it. The project to build a 14-story student hostel was being supervised by a Chinese construction firm called ZJCC. Meanwhile, none of its representatives were willing to comment on the accident. The cause of the collapse was not immediately clear, but eyewitnesses said they heard people screaming as the crane slammed into the ground. The injured victims are being treated at a nearby hospital. Italians outside of Dennis has signed Niger for as a successful Premier League on affiliate deal for an undisclosed fee. And finally, in the exciting world of sports this morning, Quadri Aruna has benefited from his recent quarterfinal exit at the WTT contender Budapest by rising to 19th in the latest world ranking released by the International Table Tennis Federation (ITTF), being the only player in the top 21 to gain two steps up in the latest ranking. Aruna remains the best rated African in the world ahead of Egypt's Omar Assar, rated 36 in the world. Unlike Aruna, who moved up from 21 to 19, Egypt's Ahmed Saleh dropped two steps to 53, while Aruna's compatriot Olajide Omotayo also slid to 96 from 95 in the men's rating. Italian Serie A side Udinese has signed Nigeria forward Isaac Success from Premier League outfit Watford on a 3-year deal for an undisclosed fee. The Nigerian international arrived in Italy last week and was quarantined in Rome due to the mandatory COVID-19 regulation for those arriving from England. Confirming his arrival on the club's website, Udinese said the former Granada forward had opened a 3-year contract, a deal which will see him remain at the club until the end of 2023-2024 season. Success joined Watford from Spanish side Granada in 2016, netting his first goal against AFC Bournemouth in 2017. Both the 25-year-old endured a torrid time as he made a total of 72 appearances and scored 7 goals. And with that, come to the end of the news. Here is a recap of the major headlines. Nigeria, other African countries to commit to ending polio. Makinde to partner with town planners on urban development. Biden delays meeting with Israeli Prime Minister amid Kabul blast. And in the world of sports, you heard Aruna jumps to 19 in ITTF World Rankings. Ensure to go by all precautionary measures to stay safe from COVID-19 as recommended by the WHO and NCDC. To remember that you can download our app T-Solid on Play Store or log on to www.tsolid.tv. You can as well follow us on our social media platforms or at T-Solid Radio TV. The news was compiled and edited by Olorunishola Mary. I am Mobola Badekale. Good morning and thank you for listening.